3 reasons why your ads aren't working. What's up? My name is Neil. I run Links Digital, one of the biggest YouTube ad agencies out there. And a lot of times we'll have clients come and try and work with us and they complain. They're like, Neil, we've tried out YouTube ads, but they just aren't working for us. And usually it's one of these 3 things. So in this video, I'm gonna go over exactly how you can not only identify what's keeping you away from success with YouTube ads, but also how to fix those things. Now, I will say if you are somebody who just wants their ads fixed and launched and scaled and you want tons of profit, check out the description down below. With that, let's just jump into reason number 1. And this is probably the most common thing when it comes to YouTube ads not working. And the first thing is going to be all about your offer. So when it comes to YouTube ads, your offer does matter. I will tell you this, no amount of great YouTube advertising or any sort of advertising is gonna make up for a bad product. And usually a lot of times when people are selling things with ads, with YouTube ads, and it's not working, it's probably because their product isn't that great. So the first thing we're gonna do is make sure we have good product market fit. A lot of times people will take a brand new offer and they'll come out and they'll say, Neil, my ads aren't working. And I'm like, okay, so how many customers do you have? Do you know if there's an actual need for your product or service? And they say, no, I haven't done the whole homework of it. They just throw up some ads, throw up a brand new landing page and expect to make tons of money. That's not how that works, right? So the first thing you're gonna have to do is get product market fit. And I will say with YouTube ads, it's actually quite expensive to get product market fit. That's why I always almost recommend either you go with meta ads or you go organically. If you can't sell your new offer, your product or service within your network or a professional network, the chances of it working with YouTube are going to be very difficult. Not saying you can't do it, but expect to spend a lot of money with testing. The next thing I see with YouTube ads not working, let's say you do have product market fit and you are making some sales, but your YouTube ads aren't profitable. Well, it's probably because you're either underpriced or overpriced. Let me get into this. So the big thing with pricing is that you are probably underpriced and your margins don't make sense for YouTube ads. Let's be honest, YouTube ads are expensive. They're not as cheap as some of the other app platforms. However, the quality of customers that you get are much higher. So a lot of businesses, a lot of offers know this and they will do high ticket. And that's what I recommend with YouTube ads. Make sure there's enough meat on the bone for YouTube ads to work for you. I'll tell you right away. Low ticket e-commerce, low ticket courses, ebooks, things like that. Anything generally less than $50, you're gonna be hard sprung to kind of make work with YouTube ads at scale. The things that I see work really, really well are gonna be products and services where they cost $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 and beyond. Now, this isn't to say the actual price of your product needs to be that, but the customer lifetime value needs to be that. So maybe you are selling a $99 front-end ebook, right? You know that nobody's gonna buy a $1,000 ebook. You don't have to sell a $1,000 ebook. However, if with your ebook on your last chapter, you sell private consultations for $500 a consult and you have a close rate of say 50%, right? So 50% of the people that read the book end up buying that $500 consulting package. Now your CLTV, instead of going from $99, is now $350, right? So 50% take rate of the $500 consulting package, add that to your front end, which is $99, so $250 plus $99, call it $350, right? Now you've instantly boosted your CLTV. Because there's more meat on the margin, you can go out there and spend more money to get more customers. And with YouTube ads, obviously testing and algorithms get better over time, especially when it comes to ads, right? It's no secret, and we'll get into this. You're probably not gonna hit a home run with your ads right off the bat. So you do need meat on the bone with your pricing in order to go out and test ads. And finally, the third one, and this is now a little bit more common, is that the quality of your product or the branding around or the overall feeling around your product isn't great. This is a new one, and this is especially because nowadays, before people make a high ticket purchase, especially if your product is expensive, they're gonna go look up on Google and they're gonna see reviews. So if you are somebody that's out there that's scamming people or that's not really delivering great results, or your product or service kind of breaks down or kind of doesn't do what it promises, or even if it does, it doesn't do it well and consistent enough, people are gonna find out. Not to say you can't make money with it, probably in the short term you can, however, in the long run, your ads aren't gonna scale. So you wanna make sure that not only is the quality of your product around good, but the branding around it and the reviews and sentiment around it is also positive. All right, now that you have your offer dialed in and you have a good offer, the next thing that's probably going to keep you away from getting success with ads is going to be messaging. Specifically, when it comes to messaging in your ads and your offer, visually, your offers and ads, they look like everything else. And right now, I will tell you with YouTube ads specifically, there is this thing that everyone's claiming is a trust recession. People just don't believe ads anymore because they've seen thousands of ads. They've seen so many crappy products come out, or products that come and they fail to deliver on the things that they promise on. And as a result of this, what we found is people are way more skeptical nowadays before they buy anything. So even if you have an awesome product, but it looks like one of the scammy products out there, you're not going to get as many conversions. So you want to make sure visually, right, like all of your branding, all of the way your landing pages look, they are unique and they look credible. The next thing is there's no differentiation in messaging. So we just talked about how visually your stuff can't look similar. It can't also sound similar in the sales messaging or the copywriting. If you are selling something, even though it's a great product and it gets great results, but it sounds and you sell it exactly like all of the other scammy products, well, you're going to be put in the same bucket, right? And I want to emphasize the point that nowadays, YouTube audiences, ad audiences, they're a little sophisticated, right? A lot of times, even cold mass market audiences, if you're going up to them and you're trying to get them with a free webinar, live webinar, right? Most people are aware that it's not a live webinar. Already, if they catch you in that lie, they're going to lose a lot of trust for you. Again, your product could be awesome, but just because you're saying live webinar and it's not really a live webinar and people have been exposed to other offers where, they got lied to, right off the bat, you're not going to get that sale because nobody's going to trust you because they've had that bad experience from somebody else. So you want to make sure in the messaging, right, it's different. The way it looks, it's different. And in terms of what you're actually selling as well, it's different. I want to give you a very concrete example of this because this is something that happened to one of my clients recently where they came in with a product. It was in a very crowded niche, sort of call it. It's an Amazon FBA offer. However, this Amazon FBA offer is unlike anything else we've seen, right? It's very, very different. The method that they're using is completely different. But before working with us, they were kind of branding and labeling it, and the messaging around their offer was all in the Amazon FBA niche. Now, if they were advertising regularly, people, that would see their ads would be like, oh, Amazon FBA, I know exactly what this is. All these other courses, they didn't really work for me, so I'm not going to trust this one. The likelihood that this one's going to work when the last 10 haven't is probably high, so I'm not going to try it, right? So the first thing that we did was change the messaging around Amazon FBA, and we branded it something completely different, changed out the messaging so that their offer, which was good to begin with, was not associated with all of the other offers in the industry. And then finally, with your messaging, one of the reasons why your YouTube ads aren't scaling is because you're not really mapping problems to solutions. So obviously your product or service is going to have some sort of solution to a problem, right? For your customers that it's solving. You have to make sure that your ads and your offer messaging is aligned to the solution. In order to best illustrate this, let me give you an example. Let's say you have a service that helps people lose weight and get in shape and get fitter, and the primary demographic that you're going after is elderly people, let's say over 70 years old. Now, the solution that your product or service is providing is helping people lose weight, get in shape, right? However, the problems that it's attacking are vastly different. And the way you market to those problems is going to determine how well your product or service sells. So in one scenario, you can say, hey, I'm going to help you lose weight and become fit so that you have washboard abs and you can, attract a very attractive dating partner. To an audience that's 70 years or older, that really doesn't make sense. Even though that is a problem that people have, that is a solution that your product or service provides, help you get in better shape so you can get a attractive date or, a partner. That's not really a problem that your demographic cares about. However, if you were to market and say, I'm going to help you lose weight and get in shape so that you can play and run around with your grandkids, that's going to be a message that's going to resonate with the audience way more. Again, even though your product helps solves multiple problems, you have to make sure that you're mapping your solutions that your product or service provides to the problems that your demographic actually cares about. All right, big reason number 3 why your ads aren't working is going to be your ads itself. So let's quickly talk about ads, and there's 2 things with ads. There's your actual creative and your media buying side. So let's quickly tackle the first thing, which is going to be your targeting. So a lot of times when you're setting up your campaigns, I don't want you to make the mistake that a lot of people do. They are going way too broad with their audiences. They're not testing the right people. Their ads aren't showing up in front of their potential customers. They're just going out, they're using optimized targeting, don't like that, or other audiences that just don't make sense in 2025. Again, I've made a whole video on exactly the first 3 audiences that you should test out. Definitely check that out after this video. But with that, I want to go into reason number 2, your ads aren't working, which is because you're not testing enough, right? The ads that you are testing, they're all looking the same, they're sounding the same. This is point 2 and 3, which is you want to be testing a lot, but you want to also vary your ads. So in one, you can have a storyboard ad, an animator ad. In one where you are the presenter or somebody else is the presenter. You want to be testing all of these different variables, right? What I recommend, at minimum, you should be testing at least 20 to 30 new ads every single month. And if you aren't really doing that, you need to hire somebody, it could be us, could be anybody else, that can test that many ads. Because that's what we found, really. At minimum, you need to be testing 20 ads every single month if you want to see any sort of scale on YouTube ads. And then finally, your ads aren't engaging enough. This is 2025. Everybody has TikTok brain. Your content needs to be snappy, engaging, needs to hook the viewer in, and really convert. Really what we're seeing, and this is across testing out hundreds of different ads every month, we're testing out things, doing creative analysis, figuring out what variables work. We found one of the biggest things that had an impact is the way you edit your ads to make them more engaging. Again, I have this linked in a video. If you are somebody that's serious about making ads that are engaging and figuring out how you can really optimize the most amount of juice from your ads, I highly recommend that you check out our course. It's going to be linked down in the description below. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one.